Hello, Thursday night. I hope everybody is doing well today and ready for some more knowledge and some more insights from me for your successful relationships with Ukrainian women. And today we're going to talk about younger Ukrainian women and complications that come with that. I'm trying to compensate for the gray. Actually, it's not anymore gray. Now it's dark outside, so lots of white light. It reminds me of the vintage, sort of like the vintage pinup style. So I'm gonna be shining on you from here. Good to see you guys. Welcome to the room. Welcome everybody. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. So, hey KZ, hi Irene, Jamel, Robert. Hey Robert, what's up? Jared, hello guys, good to see you. By the way, if you like my stream, when I do my stream, please put some thumbs up because that helps. And I would like to say a few special thank yous. I want to say thank you to the guys who took a minute and post some comments and under my son's video and also subscribe to his channel. So what we're gonna do is we are going to have him live on his channel and I will share the link so we can support him. And I want to say thank you so much for the kind comments and support. He really appreciated that. It was really nice. Um, and so am I, guys. I really appreciate you. Thank you for support of my work. I almost feel like you're doing this as you feel that sometimes I have moments when I feel that there are more things I can do. And each time I have this sort of a negative critical thoughts, people reaching out to me and appreciating the work. So looks like I'm not going anywhere. Thank you guys. Okay, we have some good amount of people in the room. So let's start. Let's start. Just wanna tell you guys how much I appreciate your. Oh, this is what I want to say. Somebody wrote that, oh, I'm sorry that I cannot join your VIP club or I can't support you, your project. Don't worry about this, guys. You supported me. Everybody decide their level of involvement. You supported me by commenting, by sharing the videos, by doing all these things because it helps to spread the message. So if you just can only share the video, put a like or comment, you already helping. If you subscribe to my channel, you helping. If you want to do more, if you want to order the services, that is awesome. But please don't feel any less. I appreciate every single one of you, and it's nice to have full room of people. So thank you so much. So everybody is welcome and everybody is appreciated. So guys, today that complicated topic of getting in relationships and marrying younger Ukrainian women and Russian women, and what are the downsides and what some things that you need to consider before you get yourself into that. I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from observation of people and couples I know and my own experiences, of course. And in last 2 years, I had people sharing with me how things were working out for them. And I have a number of subscribers that have been already married to Ukrainian women or Russian women, and then they got divorced, and then still they want to meet somebody from this culture, but they do want to make it this time wiser. They do not want to make mistakes they already done before, right? They want to avoid those mistakes. They want to be more successful this time, which is understandable because you don't want to do the same thing over and over again and hit the same door, right? So, number one thing is that some men do not realize when they looking for kind of a trophy wife, a cute lady, maybe the model type, whatever ideal they have in their head. One of the things that men often do not realize is that younger women, I would say, if the difference is more than like 15 years, 15 to 20 to 25 years, I mean, it varies. But younger women like that, they are not planning to contribute to the budget. They are not planning to pay half and 50-50 bills. You guys have to realize that if you are considering doing this type of marriage, this kind of relationship, it could be successful, but 80% of these younger ladies, your problems aren't on their list. They want to be pampered, they want to be taken care of, they want to be spoiled. They are not going to think how they can help you pay your credit cards if you have some. They're not gonna even get into your finance. They want to have their monthly money. They want to go shopping. Do not change their status in order to struggle. So if you cannot provide, and I have very many men in their late 40s and 50s and early 60s, guys, sometimes you have to face the reality. And so if you cannot provide fully for these women, that's going to be a very short marriage. They are not marrying you because of your looks. They are not marrying you because of the greatest chemistry. They marrying you for the purpose of security and being spoiled and being cherished and feeling a princess. I'm not saying that it's impossible, that some of them, might have feelings for you and might respect you and might like you, but don't think everything you heard about me saying about real Ukrainian women that are dedicated, that are hardworking, that are driven, they are, the in their career and education and all. Yeah, basically you kind of like a sugar daddy, exactly. So all the things I said, how sweet and wonderful Ukrainian women can be, that is usually does not apply to somebody who can be your daughter. Anybody who, when you, even if you are only 10, 15 years older, the girls, the women are expecting that, you are getting a trophy wife, you are getting a lady that is out of your league. She's out of your league. If you look at a regular Ukrainian woman, or if you look at the regular American women, you're not gonna come up to a lady that is a lot younger than you and thinks that you're a big catch if you have nothing to offer, right? It's only okay for rich men to marry younger, attractive, sort of celebrity. I agree, sort of celebrity style women. So that's just how it is, guys. If that's what you want, you can do it. There are many women that were married earlier and were not that happy. There are many women that maybe were married before or had boyfriends that were the same age or same social status, and they struggled. They had to work 2 or 3 jobs. They had to maybe raise a child or two, and depends on their age, but they just done with it. They just want somebody to love them, to take care of them, to treat them as a princess. And that's why in their profiles they could be 25 and they write like, okay, I will date, oh sorry, I will date till 60, or something like that. I would consider men. Women do not do this for the faint of heart. You're not out, but guys, ladies that are significantly younger than you, I'm not saying that you cannot have a successful marriage, but you have to be prepared and financially stable. If you are struggling Okay, I'm getting hot. If you are struggling yourself, right? If you cannot, if you have some unstable financial situation, if you cannot, if you're not sure if you would be able to provide, uh, you should think about this twice, because she will want to go shopping, she will want to do all these things. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but you can figure out by the, age can fluctuate a little bit. I'm just saying roughly, but if the lady is obviously out of your league, you would never able to get a woman like this here, she's not once again doing it, because she has, she would choose you over 1,000 men. She's doing it because she wants to be a bit selfish, and she wants to let you to take care of her. And I just want to tell this, guys, I just want you to have a reality check, because I have several men that I know that have been married already. They know what it is, and yet again, sometimes they feel that they can try to marry a 25-year-old, or 25-year-old younger, women than they are, and they think that they can get that support, that cares, that cooking and cleaning and all that. Guys, there are some women that would do it, but I'm talking about the majority, like 80%. If you want basically a servant, like, or a woman that is, just gonna be nourishing you, you should probably go over to Asia, because our women, I'm just telling you, and trying to save. I'm trying to, save you some problems, some pain. So if you want somebody who will really sort of, take care of you, you should go toward Asia. Because younger Ukrainian and Russian women, they're just gonna be so disappointed when they see that you cannot satisfy their needs. They're gonna be out. And why I'm making this video is because I don't want for people making the same mistake over and over and over again. You have to decide if that's what you really want, then you can go for it, and just don't complain. Don't complain if you get sick and you need some help, and you just want somebody to, to be nurturing and loving and sweet. Don't expect that for a lady that is sort of on a sugar daddy concept, because honestly, she doesn't care, and she doesn't have real attachment to you. Now, I'm not saying that's all of these ladies. There are some ladies that are actually sweet and mature, and they are open-hearted, but they probably not looking like supermodels. Guys, you have to get real about your obsessions with the pictures of the girls, because even those girls, they do not look like those pictures. It's a Photoshop, and well, some of them are looking like models, but once again, the bigger gap between where you are and where she is, the bigger that gap is, the more chances that that lady is there for some very material reasons. The smaller the gap, the more she's appreciating you, the more she is interested in you, and she's once again not the supermodel type. The more she's down to earth, you have more chances. And the smaller, the more reasonable age gap is, the more chances you have. There are always exceptions. There are always, women that marry older men because they fall in love, with their personality, and sometimes they didn't know what gap there was, and they just sort of, fall in love. That happens too. But today we're talking about 80%. So Number one mistake is men think, okay, I'm gonna bring her. Eventually, she will contribute to the budget. Eventually, you know, she will maybe help paying those bills. Just so you know, Ukrainian woman, if you bring a beautiful younger lady, she ain't paying no bills. She's not gonna pay the half and half the more. As soon as you say this phrase, like 50-50 mortgage, she's going to do like this. She doesn't even, like, as far as I asked and observed people I know, they don't even know how much their husband paying for their mortgage or electricity bill. They've never heard of what is insurance rate. So all the bills are always gonna be on you. And for some of you, it's fine. It don't matter. It doesn't make any difference because that's what you want and you want to give it a shot. So just be ready. She is not contributing anything 50-50. If you want a woman who will contribute 50-50, you have to marry an American woman that is very down to earth, that lives in the sweatpants very often. I live in a town that there are very many hardworking women. And you know what? They don't look like anything. I hope nobody watches me from my town. God. But they are hard workers. You know, they work. They barely see their kids. Yes, they split the bills with husbands. But they are not, they're not a glamour princess. They are not into dressing up. And they are not into any of that. I talked to one of the very hardworking girls recently because I wanted to have somebody to help me to model my furs. And I asked her when last time she even bought something for herself. When last time so it turned out she has no knee clothes. She has not a pair of heels. She lives in leggings or sweatpants. This is a typical suburban small town lady. So she works hard. She has no time to do the lashes or the anything. And it's not even, I think it's just a mentality. I'm a hardworking woman and leave me alone. So if you want financial help, do not think that you can put it on the shoulder of a trophy wife you brought from Ukraine, because it's gonna stop right where it began. Unless that's a real woman, you spend time. She is, there is not such a dramatic difference between not only age, but between your values, how you look at life, what you love to do. Maybe you share some common passions, and she's, you can see in her life, before she met you, she's been active, she's been doing things, and she want to keep on doing that. And you just really got to know her. She is younger than you, but you are harmonious couples. Sometimes when people send me their pictures, like their lady that they're hoping to get, and themselves, and you put these pictures together, this couple doesn't even look good. It doesn't even look right. So if you have that harmony, that you actually complementing each other, and maybe you're not that pretty, but you look good together, you have a nice chemistry, and you have some good values, and you just connect, then what I just told does not apply to you. But I'm just talking mostly about just a minute. Oops. I'm just mostly talking about the situation where really it's artificial. And another point where this all leads me to is this. If you marry a girl, like let's say she's in her early 20s and you are in your mid 40s or something like that, after some time, it's like basically you're raising a child. So you're raising a child, the child is forming, the child is learning, the child is adjusting here in US, right? And what happens? The child grows up. And this child is no longer a child, is a more mature woman that is becoming more sensual, more sexual, more driven. Women really rise up, when they go up to their 30, like 30s, and it's like 30 to 40s, they just starting to, if they live in the right life, let's put it like that, they have so much energy, and including the sexual energy, including the desire for life, desire for better. And here they realize, okay, so by this time they grew up, they got some skills, they got some knowledge, they maybe learned how to make money, maybe they finished school, and then they look around and they are with the older man that can no longer satisfy them sexually, that no longer gives them attention, of which, for the reason they married that guy, so they no longer getting that princess treatment. Because what happens with you guys when you get the trophy wife, you spend some time in this romance, but then you, okay, I got you, and you go back to your career, you spend most time at work, and the romance stopping. So what happens is, you stop giving the attention and spoiling the girls, the girls, maybe the girls too, but I mean your lady, and she is on top, she's like in her prime, and she doesn't understand how did she end up in this relationship with an older man that doesn't pay any attention at her. And just so you guys know, sexuality for the woman starts, it's not just what happens in bed, it starts from your compliments, from your attention, from unexpected flowers, from just passionate things. If you ever want to get the lady back, and you trying, you working on it, remember what you were doing when you just met. Because as women we are easily impressed by your attention. Basically, your attention is the reason why we actually choose you over others. The way you treat us, the way you put us on a pedestal. I don't know how to say this. When you put us on top like that. This is why we actually choosing you, and sometimes we don't care if you are a bit older, or you're not that handsome, or you're not that striking, but the way you treat us, the way you do the princess, the way you just courtship, it's called courtship. So, and a special adoration. So the way you do that, it's kind of, we're like, oh my gosh, I want to be treated like this all my life, so I'm gonna marry this guy. But then what happens, we marry that guy, and he's a busy guy. If he's providing, he has business or job or career, so he's busy with that, and sometimes we just don't get any attention. And when women do not get attention from you, the shopping becoming crazy, the addictions are, it could be drinking and smoking and overeating, but mostly it is severe shopping and flirting with other men. So this is the downside, guys, of marrying a lot younger woman. It's kind of, when you have a child, and then the child becoming a teenager, no matter, yeah, pedestal, I don't know how to quite say it, but anyway, so it's like a teenager, you put all this love in it, or in them, or whatever you do, but then when they hit their age, they have to go and do something on their own. So when you are marrying a younger woman that is also in that age where she's forming, I would say from like, I don't know, 18 to like 30 something, when she is forming and learning and getting skills, and she's developing as a person, she's growing into a personality. If you are marrying her at the time once again, and you have a bigger age gap, there are big chances that when she hits like 35 or something like that, she will want to actually date somebody of her age, because she no longer will need your guidance. She will no longer want to be the baby. She wants to be a woman, and she wants somebody who has ton of energy, who can satisfy her in all the ways. So basically, you're raising a child, and when the child is formed and ready to go, the child is kissing you goodbye. And that happens a lot. I had many clients, and not just clients, I had several clients, but I had many people that told me that that would happen. But guys, let's be honest here. You knew you're probably not doing something right. You probably knew that you are not marrying this woman because of her beautiful heart. You wanted to have a treat, you wanted to have somebody like an eye candy, arm candy, and that's what happens. So that's one of the things, guys, that you need to consider. All right, I'm tired, so I'm gonna see what you're saying here. How is everybody doing? And guys, honestly, that is like my least favorite topic, but the reason why I bring it up, because I want you to slow down on this whole trophy wife business, unless that's what you want to do. And look, you have to decide whether you want a trophy wife, or you want a companion, a person who will be empathetic, and the person that's probably is, feminine and pretty, but maybe not looking like a supermodel. All right? You get used to any kind of beauty when you live with it. But if they are not into you, you will never feel that warmth. You will never feel that wonderful feeling. Those pictures on the websites, they are misleading. They're heavily photoshopped, and these girls are not interested in anybody but making some cash and having experiences. Anyway. Oh. Hey, Chris Peters, I'm too much of a hard-working woman to be a trophy wife, but thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna read some compliments, guys. Oi, compliments. Comments. I'm gonna read some comments. So the reason why I'm making this video is because, you have to ask yourself a question. Do you want to make the same mistakes? Do you want to also pick somebody artificially, superficially? Or do you want to find somebody that is more of a companion and maybe still attractive to you? The most important thing is when the woman got it for you. Everybody has a different taste. I don't believe in this system in US that people say, okay, you are like 4, you are 5, you are 10, because it's extremely subjective. Because my dreams are different than your dreams. My ideal aesthetics are different than yours. So, and I also think it's really weird when somebody like give you a number because you don't care about their scale. I think important scale is inside of you. If that person that you meet should just get you going and you connecting with her, you gotta connect with a person on 4 levels. First is, of course, physical. There has to be a connection. It's chemistry, physical, emotional, where you feel good together. You are in a good, sweet bubble together. Spiritual. No, then mental. When you agree on politics, on economics, on budget, on money. And the fourth is spiritual, which is, you have similar beliefs, you believe in similar things. But if you don't have this four, it's basically like four legs. So if you don't have those four legs like a table, it's gonna be suffering. Three legs can somehow make it, but if it's less than three legs, the table gonna be, it's not gonna work. So it's got to be the physical, the emotional, the mental, and spiritual. Those are very strong things, and um, you just have to choose for yourself. There is no point working so hard, getting somebody who doesn't want you, and feel lonelier than you were before you met that person. I mean, what is the point of that? Somebody can explain me? Wow. We could write a new War and Peace. A lot of comments here. Glenn is saying, trying to satisfy a wife who considers herself a princess sounds like too much work for most guys of average means that can't also afford to hire housekeeper, cook, landscaping service. By the way, if you do marry a princess, she's not gonna be this whole Ukrainian cooking and cleaning. Forget about it. Just a minute, guys. I need to report. Okay. Just a minute, guys. All right. I had to report and hide somebody. All right. Well, we'll see, Chuck, how it goes. We'll talk about this. Okay. I'm afraid to read some comments out loud sometimes because you don't know. Bern is saying, I don't need an eye candy. I want a woman that wants to become a mother. Well, very good. Then find a woman that has those qualities that will, that she could become a mother and be, nourishing. So, female nerds at the libraries. Yeah. All right. But guys, I want to tell you this. This is just one kind and one type, and it's kind of boring. I think it's kind of boring to have that relationship where, you're taken care of. I look at this as a woman, like it would be extremely boring for me to have this because you're taken care of, but you're not really in love, you're not really connected, you're not really like, one team, one unit. It's like sort of all decided, and it's like there is no real strong connection between people. I think it's important for a man to be able to provide and do those things, but it's really nice to have deeper deeper connection with somebody. It's just, if you're trying to find a deeper connection with somebody, don't try to measure, their height and their weight and their age. You have to be open and you have to be able to connect. Of course, you have to be attracted to a person. I've never would give you advice and say, hey, go all the way to Ukraine to meet unattractive women. But you just have to, how you meet somebody and you just know, and you meet somebody, you just feel, you don't even know their biometrics or social status, but you just meet them and you spend time with them and you kind of know. So so guys, if you want to have a little bit better, warmer, more loving, more caring things that you do not have in US, um, you can do it. You can meet a person that is looking for the same thing and pretty much very close to you in all the spectrums, but you have to be open. When you have superficial thoughts on your mind, you're getting superficial results. That's all there is to it. When you have, ideas of impressing somebody, when you have ideas of, showing off with somebody, that's what you're going to get. So you have to make sure that your intentions are good, that you are proud of not that you're proud, but that you have good intentions. Yeah, I'm hiding my nose. Hey, James. Well, I'm trying to compensate for the total darkness and cold outside, and I have one artificial light, and that's what it does. It's kind of like just washes out my face, but it kind of reminds me of the old movies. So, well, you can see my nose in the daylight. I don't do it on purpose, but it's either be too dark or too light. It doesn't really have the setting of, But it's not about my nose anyway, so. So guys, I should say gentlemen. So because we are all about leveling up here. Gentlemen, take this as just an inspiration for finding a way to authentic you, to real you. Because when you connect with real you, you're gonna meet real person. I got a lot of comments from men that they are looking for somebody who is caring, loving, classic, traditional, and also driven. Somebody that they can talk about business, somebody that they can do things with, somebody who is willing to explore, who want to do great things. And it's possible. It's within your reach. You just need to stop going for things that are unrealistic, because you will not find them, and when you will be yet disappointed, and then you have to go over and over again through that. In Ukraine, we have women who are very creative, who's been through so much that they don't give up. They don't just they persevere, they push through. They want to they would love to be a member in a team. They would love to be your support. Maybe they won't understand your business, but they will understand you and what's behind you, and they will want to support you, and it would be genuine connection, That's worth it. That's why it makes sense to actually do these things, because they are looking for somebody who will appreciate them for who they are, because they also realize, looks go away, hunger doesn't, so so they realize that all these things, they are fun, and we have the looks while we are young. Then it's, our focus are changing, and I think it's nice to be with somebody who is with you because of you. Even the most beautiful women, guys, so they also get sick, they get in a bad mood, and they want you to love them when they're only comfortable with you, to take their makeup off, to be sick, to have fever, to sometimes you have childbirth, and it's a, I mean, we dream about the men that see us beautiful even when we are hot mess. That's unspoken dream of every girl when their husband can actually survive their bad days. And so for you, um, you want somebody that will love you for you, and you can get it when you show up authentically, when you show up being real you. You can get it. So the more honest you are with yourself, and you have genuine intentions, and you're looking for true connections, you're going to connect to somebody like you. Of course, all men and all women, we want to have chemistry. That's gotta be there. But you have to start from the right end. And, from the right, you have to start right. Yeah, that was just a joke. I don't know, guys, if you know this company, Lost Pinup. It was so funny. They have that post that, like, I don't know, like smart men marrying women that cook well because looks go away and hunger doesn't. I thought it was so funny. Okay, I'm trying to. Yeah, so you just need to know what you want, and I mean, if you wanna try the trophy wife, if you hadn't done it, you can try it if you have time. But if you already done it, no. Today topics wasn't about the biggest difference between Russian women and Ukrainians. There is no difference, guys. That's I can answer it with one word. They trying to make it now that there is such a huge difference between Ukrainian and Russian women. There is no difference. There is no difference. We are the same. We are same product from USSR. We all were born either in USSR time or a little bit after, or a lot after. But people were the same. It takes years, just before, because you were born in late Soviet period, or you were even born after the Soviet period, did not change the people. The people who were our teachers, our parents, they stayed the same. It takes about I don't know. It will take several generations to change that same things that we grew up in. So we are all the same. So James, just for you, just a special life for you, my friend. And I told you this earlier. There is no difference. There's absolutely no difference. They're trying to say that we are so different now because we are in the war, because they are fighting, and it's politics. We are the same. It's like, what the difference between people in Michigan and Ohio? Well, there's more potatoes in that state, but basically it's similar. It's very similar. There are somewhat differences, but they're not worth it to even talk about it, because it really depends on the personality, the family the person was raised, and it could depend a little bit on a part of a country where the person was raised. It could depend. But overall, it would be too much of generalization. So, well, obviously, people from Kiev have some class. Let's just admit that. All right, I'm gonna read a few comments, and I have to run. I'm like a ghost. Okay, let's see. What if I put it closer? Oh, I'm gonna put it closer. Thank you guys for the kind words. Um, yeah, and by the way, having chemistry, does not always there is compatibility. Because just because for a woman, just because he has chemistry with some guy, it doesn't mean that guy can lead her in life. That man, he can be leader and provider. One thing that all Ukrainian women want is to have a strong leader and provider. Oh, oh my gosh. Well, Casey just shared some story about, the classic story. But anyway, guys, I have a great news. I'm gonna be done with this topic, and I hope that I won't have to talk about this more again. I have so many interesting topics to talk about. I really want to talk about career and can you date while you in a career, you're trying to change career, or you are in some of a, I don't know, slow situation or job, a job situation. So like what can you do with that? And it's gonna be a good topic. Like I have all the other topics that I love and that I think would be good for many people who follow me. So we can have that. I just felt that we should talk about this. I want you guys to be successful. I want you to be able to just stop wasting time and living in illusion or being disappointed because you've never felt close, to somebody, but you felt like maybe time will fix it. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate your kind words. I really do appreciate it. So, you have some more questions or comments that I hadn't read. If you really want me to see them, I read all my comments, so post them under the video. Oh my gosh, I have to run. Thank you guys for coming. I wish you a wonderful night. Ask yourself a question. What do you want? What do you want? Do you want a companion? Do you want somebody you can snuggle with? Do you want somebody you can share things with? Do you want somebody that you can be feeling safe and cozy and nice? Or do you want to have a supermodel that everybody gonna be jealous for, but you might not be that happy behind the closed doors? That's usually the case. Thank you guys. From Michigan with love.